Should we
That's
listen to it?
that's the end of the review. But now is the part of time where we just like, conclude. We thank the audience for listening. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening.
But then also we gotta plug things like, thanks for listening. Make sure you guys check out these things. What are these things that we want people to check out? And who are the people we're addressing? Who's listening to this?
Yes, if we ever get up to 8 viewers, we'll be talking to the whole 8 viewers.
Yeah. But who's listening to this right now? Who do you think right now in the future is like listening to us talk about them right now?
Oh, maybe my kids at some point.
Whoa, real? Your kids? Wow, all right. Wow.
Yeah, maybe Zach.
Wow, that's way in the future.
Yeah.
I was even thinking like tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. No, not tomorrow. Oh, I don't think of tomorrow as future. But
but like maybe like Lael's gotten this far. You think who's made it this far? Yeah, we're like 25 minutes in now.
Maybe somebody else that is where we are.
Oh yeah, maybe someone else.
Totally vibing.
Right.
With where we are, because they'd be there.
Because they'd be like, yes, of course I'm with you at the 27-minute mark.
Right.
Right.
It's been 27 minutes already. They're
I don't know.
Much fun.
Let's see what are we at? We're at. Oh. Only 19 minutes.
Oh, seems like child's play.
Yeah, we just begun, ladies and gentlemen.
We got 40 more minutes.
Right. Yeah, so buckle up, fuckers. We're going all the way to Hourville, okay? So you people who we were musing with, like, who are these people who have endured so long? No, these are just if you're listening, yeah, you are still young. You who thought you had endured so much, no. Not even halfway, bro. Yeah. What do we want to recommend to these people who are listening? Yeah, these younglings. What? Yeah, what? I mean, this is our recommendation.
What about you? Like, what do you
I don't know. So I'm saying, all right, good night, everyone. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure you check out
how many leg lifts she can do. Make sure you check that out.
Yeah. Odd suggestion for Betty that I suggest you check out doing some leg lifts.
That was kind of when we realized like how that was sexist in itself, because that would have been, lieutenants would have been like, they should just be able to do that because they're lieutenant, yet we're having to show it because as a nation, that's boy stuff.
Right.
Just doing push-ups.
Yeah, just doing man things.
Yeah, that's just man things. Like, I wouldn't have caught that.
Right. There was no part where they were just like, let's just crochet.
No.
Do you crochet?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of figured with like, you just seem to do all of the art things. So my first checkout is check out Betty's art things. Like her crocheting. Did you guys know that she crocheted? I just found that out like
now.
5 nows ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you crochet?
I don't crochet. No. I do paint.
Mm-hmm.
And I do write.
What do you paint? Walls or
little things.
Like figurines?
No, just like little 2-inch by 2-inch paintings. I have a goal on my goal wall to paint like 32 of these things.
And then that's going to be your tile.
It's going to be the front of my refrigerator. That's what I measured out. Like in a little grid.
Close.
Yeah, my front of my refrigerator. Yep.
How many do you have done?
Like 7.
I'm going to have to go check out your paintings.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So I do that. Also, there's a painting right on the other side of this wall that I did with Katie.
Oh.
We got...
Katie is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, we got out there.
Outside?
To a different level.
Okay.
Like the level we're on right now.
Yes.
And then, yeah. Well, similar. Probably this for me.
Different.
The thing about getting up with Katie is that, like, you get to this level that we're at right now, but Katie's like, oh, yeah, I'm totally with you. But she's not.
Oh.
Because she's actually only, like, level 1. Because she's just, like...
She just makes you think.
Yeah.
she's where you're at.
Because she is like, you know, like, dude, it takes a lot of rocket fuel to get me off, right? Like, get off this rock, you know, I'm so experienced, you know, just so she's not like, I'm not going to burn down like a forest of weed just to get as high as you are, Richard, you know?
She doesn't get there that easy.
No.
Just naturally is there.
Right. Now, for some reason, we started talking about Katie, and I can't remember why. Shit, maybe.
Because Katie... I don't remember.
Damn it.
Did she watch a movie with you? No, a painting.
Oh, a painting. Yes, bam. Oh, we did it. We went back 30 seconds and found the thing we were talking about.
Started the whole thing.
Yeah, the painting.
And you guys
we got this high as we just demonstrated. Yes. We got this high.
With Katie.
Right.
Only maybe she
was
really.
lying. Oh, now we're trapped again. Where are we going?
But you're out painting. There. You're high. Okay, maybe she is. Maybe she's not.
Right. And so we're in this state. And we paint that painting. And she painted her painting. Oh, and honestly, I'll show you the pictures and it'll show that she was lying because mine is like what you'll see in my living room. And then Katie's just like, this beautiful. She worked really hard to make it work, right? You know? And I'm just like fucking like
barely able to move.
Yeah. Just like I'm like, this art is amazing. You know? It's so good. And the next morning I'm like, I just embarrassed myself. Like,
I'm gonna hang it on the wall anyway.
Right, I'm gonna hang it on the wall anyways. That's my life. That is a good encapsulation of my life where I'm just like, I tried my best and it was awful, but it was my best, so it's going on the wall of honors.
Yes. That's how it should be.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so now that was our first recommendation. What's something else that these people should do?
What we recommended?
That whole thing we just talked about. Whatever it was. Something about paintings and leg lifts, yeah. And yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. After our review, I would definitely want to watch this show. I'm pretty sure we told pretty much what it's about.
What's the show named?
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane? What? At the end of this movie, you want to recommend that people watch this movie?
Yeah, but I'm saying...
We already just did a whole show about that movie.
I know, but I'm saying... I'm pretty sure our rendition of it is spot on.
Okay. But what do you recommend?
Yeah, so that they can see how good we are.
Oh. Right. So watch the movie to see how good we are. That's literally what we just did. Okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, those other movie critics.
Yeah.
They watch it, give their review, and then people go watch it based on their reviews.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
Okay. So that is our next recommendation.
So we're going to recommend another movie for them to watch?
Yeah, or a place to get a good burger. Or like, you know, like whatever. Another app to play on your phone or something. I don't know. You know,
we should have thought.
You can recommend anything. I'll recommend the.
Before we got started, because I was so confused, and then I could have thought of something to recommend. To
Did you see the joke I posted on Facebook today?
No.
The picture? The P? Did you see it?
No.
Okay, I gotta pull it up.
Oh my gosh. Our viewers.
No, you'll have okay, I'm pulling up a picture. It's like a meme. I made a meme.
Oh, you made it.
I made it. Okay, and now you will read it because it's a reading meme. So you describe what you're reading here.
Okay, there's an envelope that says, "This will happen. Do not open until 2022." I think it's I think it's a envelope that somebody wrote to themselves, and now it's 2022,
Yes.
so now it can be opened.
Right.
Okay, so this is from the past.
Right.
Okay. So it says, anti-vaxxers will claim drinking pee will stop COVID-19. Richard, you wrote this to yourself last year.
And now it has happened. They think that if you drink pee, it'll stop COVID-19.
Oh my gosh.
It's so true.
Oh, that's so funny.
I know.
Did you get any comments?
I don't know. Let's go look. See if we got comments. Okay. Okay. I got one comment. Oh, Emily
Morris?
She commented. She said, "Look what you made happen." Oh.
But wait, what's disgusted?
Disgusted. That's a friend. She just thinks that she probably thinks that these people are disgusting for
you. That would be you. She
no,
thinks you're
no, the
disgusting?
anti-vaxxers.
Oh, that they think.
Yeah.
Look what you. Oh, because you predicted it.
Yeah, she thinks that because I predicted it. This
happened.
is like a la butterfly effect. Yes, I summoned it into being.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, Emily, I was not some kind of witch.
I think she's kidding.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't actually think she's accusing me of making anti-vaxxers think that drinking pee is cool. Okay.
Certainly not.
Hi, Bree.
Only the first time.
Yeah.
After that, it'll make you sick.
Right. Okay. Okay, what other part? Okay, so that was the part where we recommended things.
But we haven't recommended anything yet.
No, we did.
We did?
Well, the first recommendation was the big thing we talked about that I don't remember anymore. And then the second thing was we recommended was you recommending that you listen to the thing they're listening to. So we both gave a recommendation.
That's a terrible recommendation.
I agree. In future, you will be very embarrassed.
Made sense at the time.
Yeah. Okay. But now we're moving on to the next part of the show, which is what?
I actually need to recommend something.
Oh, okay. So hold on. We're rewinding. We'll do 3 recommendations, I guess.
I don't know if we've actually recommended
Anarchy now. Anarchy.
The man okayed it.
Yeah, I'll okay this. It'll be all right. Go. Speak, woman. You may now address the pod.
I highly suggest getting some salami.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a cheese spread that you can get. And almonds on the top. And it's real yummy. I suggest you try that.
I just also have, in case you're wondering, I got some mozzarella sticks that we could fire up. What? Mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a better recommendation than watch.
Yeah.
Than watch what we're talking about. That's a dumb recommendation. Just rewind that and don't listen.
No, that's a good recommendation though. Like, hey, we recommend get some mozzarella sticks.
And then watch it.
And then watch it, whatever it is we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now what's the next part?
No, you get to decide.
Oh.
What is the next part of the show? This is the part of the show where the guest decides which the part of the show it will be.
Well, maybe a favorite podcast. Maybe you could recommend one of your favorite podcasts.
Okay. Well, most of them I listen to are actually just like news radio, like sports radio shows that happen during the day that then just become a podcast. So they're not really real podcasts. They're just like simulcasts. So the only one that's really a podcast once is called Go Bayside, which is about a show-for-show recap of the show Saved by the Bell.
Oh my gosh.
So that's right now what I'm listening to. This woman, Amy Richardson, who is very funny and sounds great. She's so funny. Does the show of Saved by the Bell. So that is what I can recommend. What is your podcast that you recommend?
So I don't listen to a whole lot of them because they usually make my brain want to explode. But sometimes I've been listening to this one called The Joy Factor. Mm-hmm. And they had this episode talking about You Matter. And there is this company that was founded by this lady who wanted to make sure everybody knows that they matter. And it doesn't matter where you are in life, the fact that you have life, you matter. And so she has these cards to hand out, like you can hand out to strangers or hand out to your friends. And all it says is you matter. There's no phone numbers. There's no gimmicks. There's no catch. It's just to tell people you matter. And she had talked about a couple of stories of where these had been handed out. Like one gal gave it to her dad who had just got out of prison. She was meeting him for the first time. Oh. And she hands him a card that says you matter. Yeah. And he just stared at it. And the next time that they met up, he asked if he could have more to hand out to the other men at the halfway house because it mattered to him. Like it made a difference. And so ever since I've heard that, there's been times where I've wished I had a card to just hand to somebody to be like, you matter.
Yeah. Or like, yo, you're hot. Here's my number.
Yeah. Or that. Mostly that.
Right.
Yeah. So I would
like recommend... you can flip it over. Be like, yo, you're hot. Here's my number. Flip it over. You matter.
You matter. And you matter. Yeah. So call me.
Right.
I would recommend listening to that or looking into that. You matter. But I heard it on the Joy Factor.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is the part of the show where we tell people something that we learned recently that is cool. Some cool new information. So like this is the part where it's like our news segment. Yo, people, know this.
Know this.
Yeah.
What is something that I've learned recently?
Yeah, that these people listening won't know. They'll be like, oh, I'm learning it from you now. Mm. Thus continues the chain of knowledge.
Yeah. I don't think I can think of anything right now.
I changed my cat's litter box. Yeah. Like, wow. Yeah. Thank you for passing that down the chain of knowledge. Yeah. God damn it.
Did you know?
Goddamn litter box. Do you have cats?
I did, but I don't. At the moment.
Because now you have like 9 dogs.
Yes.
More dogs than humans, right?
No, but it feels like it.
Yeah.
We had 3, which sounds like a lot, but we have 2 big dogs and then the little one, and they just kind of were this little family on their own. They really weren't a big hassle.
Right.
But then we've thrown this 4th dog in because it's my parents' dog who are staying with us at the moment.
Right.
But throwing this 4th dog in has changed the personality of it all. So now this dog and my other little dog are just going at it all the time, fighting, rowling, and it's annoying the 2 big girls. And there's just this constant kind of dog chaos now.
Right.
There's never just like where they're all laying around, which used to happen all the time. They'd just be, be just calm. So it's amazing how one dog is harder. Like 3 to 4 was really.
Don't go to 4.
Don't go to 4.
Got it. Same with kids, right? Don't go to 4.
Probably. I didn't get that far. But 3 is perfectly manageable, I think. But
Right.
yeah, probably throwing in that 4th one.
Right, yeah, right?
Yeah,
That would be
somebody's
like,
always
oh,
going to
shit.
feel neglected.
Now you got like 2 middle childs.
Yeah. Yeah. Like one-on-one time gets cut shorter and shorter.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like oldest also has to become mom.
In a sense.
Like stop living your life. Now you're mom too.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just so much mouths.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a shame. Like I've had to watch myself not do that. Be conscious of not doing that as much as possible. Being like you're in charge.
Right.
Because they're not.
No.
Yeah. And it's too much responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, we can't even have like, I mean, you know how insane school is? It's like, here we have like a bunch of like 13 and 14-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
Right? 13 and 14 years old.
Yeah.
We put 25 of them in a room.
Yeah.
And then we're like, hold on. Like, I am not allowed to trust the kid. I am not allowed to say, okay, kids, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then leave. Because...
chaos.
Right. I'm not allowed to because the whole system knows that a 13-year-old can't be left alone for 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. In a room with other 13-year-olds.
Like, I'm sorry, but by 13, they should just be able to fucking hold it for 3 minutes.
Yes. For a half hour, they.
Right.
I mean, really. The society hasn't broken them yet.
Right. The kids.
Yeah, we got broke sooner.
I don't know. I feel like maybe they started off, they're just starting off broke, you know? Crazy.
Mm-hmm. That was deep.
I barely remember we were talking about something about school.
I don't know either. I did.
Yeah. I did too.
Yeah.
That glorious moment that our past selves knew. Gone forever now.
I was going to remember something too. Do you remember? I'm like, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. I remember that part. I don't remember what it was about.
Well, okay. The last bookmark I have in my brain is we were talking about things to share that we learned.
You didn't share what you learned.
I thought I just did, though. I thought that was... Didn't I just finish mine?
No!
It's like your turn now?
You totally twisted that.
No, I don't think so.
No, you did not just talk about what you just learned.
I'm pretty sure I did.
No. No.
Do you have any memory?
Yes. We were talking about things they should know.
Right.
And then something we learned.
Right. Right.
What were we talking about?
No, I was like, yes, and now here's my memory. The thing that
No,
I learned.
I can't remember.
And then we talked about it, and now it's your turn to share your thing that you learned.
No, it's your turn. Because I talked about what I learned. That you were so much better at pointing out how men oppress women than I
No,
even
that was like
recognized.
3 shows ago.
But that's what I learned. And
No.
now it's your turn to say what you learned.
But the thing you can't learn is about the movie we just watched. No, it's got to be something that's like
No,
news.
just something
News for the
you
people.
learned recently. Something you relearned. What did you say that you had learned recently? Something that's cool.
Something at school.
No,
that is cool?
No, something that's cool.
That's cool.
That
Something
is
that's
cool.
Oh, yeah.
That you'd be like, now you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear this and hear how...
Okay, so here, something that blew my mind.
Okay, yes.
They have looked at, like, scientists have looked at black holes, okay?
Black balls?
Black holes.
Oh.
Black holes. Yeah. Black balls. Black balls.
I was wondering what that did he was face.
Yeah, okay.
I was intrigued to find out. Okay, so
Gale Long. Okay, so the scientists are looking at black holes, and they learned that, because a black hole is basically something that light that nothing can escape from a black hole. But they're learning that there is some way it happens that it kind of like sheds energy and slows down a black hole. So eventually a black hole will crush itself into oblivion.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
And then just normal space would be back. It would there would be an end event of a black hole.
Of the black hole.
But they're talking about how this is happening. But the time it would take at this rate, it would take
3 billion years.
No, it was like 3 billion 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 billion. It's like a billion billion, days of years of time for a black hole to lose like 0.000 almost infinity 0.1. So they're like, we can't even it will happen, but like at a epoch of time that is unimaginably long, far away. Mm-hmm. So they're like, this is a new scale of time we have discovered, so like, really interesting. So that's something that I learned was like how long time can be.
Yeah.
All right. So now I just said my thing.
Now it's my turn.
Right.
I actually kept up that whole time.
I know. Maybe we're coming back down.
Maybe.
All right. It's your turn. See how we're doing.
Oh, that's funny.
You fly this plane. I give you permission now to take over the show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Something I've learned recently. I don't know that I've learned anything interesting recently. But I'll have to really try and think. If I can keep my mind on the right track here.
You don't have like something your kid came in and like, Mom, just let you know.
I recently
found a dead
I have
squirrel.
water on my knee.
Oh. That's like something you hear about like football players. Like, oh yeah, he had 12 gallons of fluid drained from his knee, but he's going to play. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I finally went in. It's been hurting me. Finally went in. Had an x-ray done.
So what is that? Like, I know what that means in terms of the board game Operation. But what does it mean when you have water?
There's water in between the joint pieces that shouldn't be there, and so it's like swelling and painful. And depending on how much water is in there, you could require surgery. I don't think I have that much because I don't have a whole lot of swelling. But it could be bad.
You can just cut it off and get a peg leg.
Yeah.
A pirate.
Yeah. So I've been doing these knee exercises through the insurance, and it's actually making it feel better. So
yeah, man, physical therapists are amazing.
Yeah. It's like these silly little things that you're like, okay.
Right. Okay. They're like, yeah, dude.
And then after about a week, I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
My knee actually feels better.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I haven't really learned anything of really great value, or that I can think of anyways, at the moment. Because I can't hold thought very well.
Didn't you just tell us one, though? About, like, water in your knee?
Yeah, but that's not, like, real interesting. That's just...
What? I guess it's news?
I mean, you have news for me.
Right. It's news for Betty.
News
okay.
for Betty.
Dun-dun-dun.
Okay, what's next? How long's it been?
I don't know, but
I've always wondered, like, if time feels like it was more time than it was, or feels like less time than it was. How
wow,
long was it?
48 minutes so far. So we really jumped up there. Last
Really
time we
did.
were at like
20.
19,
Yeah.
20. And now we're entering our 50th minute. My, how we've grown.
Yeah. Our first podcast, and we're going to make it an hour.
Yeah, because buckle up, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We don't want the people who can't make the hour. The people who started this and then they were just like, meh.
I'm out.
I'm out. I don't need to listen to these people.
It doesn't make any sense anyway.
Like, let me tell you a story. I was reading this book called Musashi. It's about a samurai and like being a samurai. And at one point he finds like the sword cutting master, right? And he's like in the mountains in his like temple. Oh, dude, pass me some of those pretzels. Oh, yes.
They're so good.
So he finds the temple of the guy who like is the best with the sword, but he's like retired. He doesn't train anyone anymore.
Oh, so he was the best.
No, he's the best.
Even without training.
Yeah, but he's
lately,
just like,
he's just it's just there now. Okay.
So he comes up to the temple. He's like, well, we're not letting him in. He's retired. And he's like, no, you don't understand. And Musashi's amazing, right? And so Musashi's like, you don't understand. You are denying your master the chance to meet me. Like the minds could come together, you know? And they're like, no. He has ordered that he will never train anyone ever again. You must respect his peace. So Musashi's like, fine, whatever. So he leaves. So he goes. And every morning he wakes up and he goes to the flowers. And he takes his sword out and he cuts them. And he gathers up the flowers. And he sends them to the monastery for the master. And every time they deliver them, they're like, bah, get these out of here. And throw them away. But every morning he does this. Chop, send, bah. Chop, send, bah.
Okay.
All right. He doesn't give up. He keeps doing it. So one day, some kind of like, every man character interrupts the bah part. And the flowers get put in the room. And the master, then it cuts to it with the master. And the master is like looking out the window. And it's like, I am awesome. And I'm thinking that maybe I should come out of retirement and train some people. And the monks are like, no, you said you would do this forever, right? So he's like, turns out he's actually longing to train someone. And then he's like, man, I guess you're right. And he turns around and looks at the flowers. And he's like, a skilled swordsman cut those flowers. I am coming out of retirement. I need to find this. You can
tell by the slice.
Like they didn't even know what it was he was doing, but like what he was doing was he was sending him, like he's like, if he's a true master, he will
recognize what I'm doing.
And he was. So he like saw the invisible signature. And so then he met them and trained him. Yeah. So that has to do with something we were talking about.
Something you learned.
Maybe, yes. Oh, Musashi, the book. But I told there was something about that lesson about the seeing the invisible cut. What we were talking about would require that knowledge.
The training for something.
Yeah.
I have to go to training for something.
Yeah. It's training. All right. Woo!
Wait, Musashi.
Musashi, yeah.
What was it about?
He's a samurai.
He's a samurai.
So he starts off as
and he wants to get trained by this super trainer.
Yes.
And why were we talking about that?
Because the super trainer, he knew that the super trainer would be able to have such fine transcendental vision that he could see that the most important thing about these groups of flowers is that they were cut by a sword. He could see the difference between like someone shearing them and like a sword. Like
I got that
fine for physics.
Why did we bring up the story at all?
Right. Well, something about that lesson had to do with what we were talking about.
See if we can go back.
Okay. I got nothing.
I bet we're teaching a lot of really good lessons. We just
probably
forget. When we get to the point, we can't remember. But when we're sober, we'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking genius.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Have you seen The Good Place?
Yeah, only the first couple of shows. I thought it was really funny. I just like...
It is funny.
Sometimes I only have so much room in my life for shows, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many. You can't just be like, yes, I have literally seen... Like,
all the shows.
I've seen Dexter, I've seen Breaking Bad. I saw literally every single... All I do is get fat on my couch and watch shows.
Yeah. Well... Something about the show I asked you about had a point, but I can't remember what the name of the show was.
Oh yeah. You were like, did you see this? And I was like, no. And you were telling me about it. Something like that, right?
I was going to, but then you were on about why you haven't watched it, because you don't have that much time.
That's right. What was the show?
I don't remember.
Oh no. Well, I didn't have time.
Maybe it's not a subject change.
You gotta choose.
Yeah. I really can't remember.
I know. Neither. No. Okay. Look how Mr. Rogers has a women's band, like in his. See.
A woman what?
See in his curtain on the right. It says women. It's a pennant.
It does say women.
Pro women's pennant in like 1960.
He was very progressive.
Oh,
Did you
super
know that?
obviously. Look at that.
He had like the first gay man that was like getting shunned out of like Hollywood. The mailman, I think. And he knew he was gay. He's like, I don't care. I want him on my team.
Right.
And like he, for his time, was very, very progressive.
Yeah.
Apparently, like even now seeing that, it's like even more than I realized. Yeah. You can't see shows anymore.
No, they gotta be somewhere.
No, maybe like YouTube, I don't know. But I mean, like they don't play them.
No, they're not on
They don't stream them anywhere. And they've made a new Tiger's Neighborhood to replace it, but it's not as good.
Well, I know.
But it's funny that they
is still like, I mean, there's a lot of timelessness in him
So
like,
I wonder why they won't play it.
It's just so old. I wonder if there's something in his contract. It's just so old. That's all. It's just like,
you think?
Like, yeah, they'll lose viewership. Like, the modern kid now can't watch.
It's like Caillou nowadays.
It's so old. It was old even when we were younger, you know? I mean, like, he started doing that in, like, the 60s, so.
No, I'm pretty sure. It was the 70s.
The 70s, okay.
Yeah. Because that would make sense. Then he would be old when we were doing it.
Yeah.
That would have been, like, 80s.
Yeah.
That I was watching it.
Yeah.
But...
Because he was like just public access, like on the first television waves, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing now. I'll find out how cool somebody was then. It's like, that was a cool guy. It was before his time.
Yeah, that guy you'd be thinking about, that would be cool.
Fred Meyer.
Fred Meyer.
Who was that guy over your son?
At the grocery store.
That's what I just said. But I was thinking Fred Rogers.
Fred Rogers.
Fred Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's a cool guy. Like I've heard like his real life person.
Yeah.
He's actually a really cool guy.
Oh yeah. He got like a lifetime achievement award at the Emmys.
Oh really?
You should watch his acceptance speech for it.
That's
It's
pretty
really, it's like I mean, start crying. It's so touching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that. Yeah. I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
Yeah, do it. Okay, so tell us about your favorite candy.
Oh, hot tamales are my favorite. Well, hot tamales and chocolate.
With chocolate.
Yeah.
So when you were putting the hot tamales with the pretzels, that was like a serious thing for you.
Yes.
You were like not just being high. You were like, no, this is my jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, that's what I'll eat now.
Right. Chocolate tamales.
Because I always like Hershey's, but that extra crunch makes it that much better. I have an eyelash in my eye. Anyways, I love them because that chewy. I just love that chewy. And ever since I've had COVID, I don't quite taste the same.
Right.
And so they don't get hot.
Right.
It's just that perfect amount of just cinnamon. So I'll get like a great big mouthful of hot tamales and then throw some chocolate in there. And you're just like chewing this great big ball of chocolatey goodness, and it's drooling down your face. And you're just chewing, and it's good, and it's down your neck, like down your throat, you know, and it's like this indulgence that like once a week I'll throw this handful of tamales and chocolate, and it's like my reward for not eating sugar all week. It's like sugar overload.
Right.
Boom.
Let me just undo everything.
Yes.
7 days. I struggled. 7 days, and it's all for this, to burn it in an instant.
Yes.
That's why I do it.
Yes.
So for the shame is what I really want. The guilt and the shame.
Ooh, no, it's just like
I could have been so much more, but I'm this lowly piece of shit.
No.
That's what I love to know.
No, it's indulgence.
Oh yeah, indulgence.
Indulgence.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're actually in the moment.
Yeah. And it's just good. And then it's like, it cures. It's like,
so it's worth the 7 days of abstinence?
Oh, it doesn't outdo 7 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it's, it wouldn't be worth that. Like if you worked really hard and undid everything you did, it would not be worth that. Nothing's worth that.
Okay. So hot tamales and chocolate.
Good. It's
Good.
my fave.
All right, my favorite candy, I don't really know. Like, honestly, I've been kind of like just into like Snicker bars recently, you know?
They're really, they got everything.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Salty, sweet,
Yeah.
chewy, crunch.
Yeah, it's like really, yeah, you said it. That's perfect.
Which is
it's very
it's very chocolate covered pretzels.
Like mine is like no, I'm like mine is like very super safe. It's like saying vanilla ice cream. You know, it's like I like Snicker bars. You're like I got like fucking hot tamales and chocolate. Compared to that, it's like oh yeah, Snicker bar, huh, asshole. But honestly though, like I've been getting back into the Snicker bar because of everything you just said. It's like, oh, it actually is pretty fucking delicious. Yeah. Maybe that's why it's so
They
famous.
nailed it with the Snickers bar.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, everybody else tries to come close, but they're missing one of the ingredients somewhere.
Yeah, it's or like two of the...
Or two of the ingredients.
Or what's even the worst is the ones that are just like one. Yeah. You're just like, this is just chocolate and caramel.
Right.
Like, who would want to eat that? Yeah, right, yeah.
Gross.
The fucking, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or just like Three Musketeer, which is like chocolate and just the nougat thing. Mm-hmm. And you're like, what? It's like so fluffy. You're like, yeah, it really could use some like the peanuts and shit.
Yeah.
And then you have the ones that are just like chocolate and peanuts. And you're like,
what?
Right, exactly. No one. Yeah. It's like Captain Planet. They all have to come together.
Yeah, exactly. They all have to come together, and they get the Snickers.
That's right.
Yeah. Snickers and Kit Kat.
You know, I had a couple Kit Kats recently, and it was like the chocolate wasn't as good as I remember. It was like really like gross.
Did you eat it in like steps though, or did you just bite it?
You know I just bit it.
I bet you got like...
No, I'm not gonna sit here and try to bullshit you by being like, no, Betty. First, I gently unwrapped it, and I inhaled at the tear point that I might not let the virgin waft escape. Then slowly did the romance of its flavor begin to play upon my nostrils. Like, no, I just chomped into that Kit Kat, all right? I didn't savor it for an eon. I just chomped that motherfucker like an American.
That's like sacrilege, man. To eat a Kit Kat like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shit if I know. The only time I ever get Kit Kats is like Halloween when I was a kid. And I just like...
Chomp.
Yeah, just vorpling through the candy. Just trying to inhale as much sugar as possible.
In that night when you can have unlimited.
Yes, just like the gods are like, yeah, all right, fucking hell, go for it. It's like purge night. I'm going to undo 12 years of work tonight. It's so worth it. It's funny how like candy is just like a drug to kids.
To everybody.
They just...
Like sugar just doesn't...
It does, but like especially to kids. Like we will just be like, oh, I think I'll actually have that second half of the donut.
Yeah. Or like,
but kids will
about which chocolate we'll eat, but kids are like Smarties.
No, but but kids are like, yo, fucking candy, just give me the candy. Like,
no one will die.
Right, like, and the candy nowadays is like, it's not like Snicker bars. The kids aren't like, ooh, give me that Snicker bar. No, they're like, give me the goddamn like fucking cocaine candy now. It's just like, it's a box of sugar.
Yeah.
Just get everything the fuck out of the way. All I want is sugar. Just fucking mainline it right into my vein, okay?
Yeah. Just melt that shit down.
Right.
Intravenously.
Right, yeah. Like, soon they won't eat, right. It's just like, it'll come in IV bags. Candy.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, yeah.
Stick me.
Right. Right. You know? And like, that's what kids will be into. Not like funny. Mr. Rogers. They're like, I need my candy to be pure. Cut with fentanyl. Sugar.
Yeah.
That was a good candy recommendation.
Snickers.
Snickers, yes.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I recommend for my candy. Okay.
That was a good one. That was a good recommendation.
Okay. So, could you, listener, do you think that there's even one?
Even one what?
One listener at this point of the show?
Oh, like right now?
Yeah, like in the future. You think someone has made it this far? No, I think we're talking to just...
ourselves.
Yeah, talking to God. Just putting it out there. No one is listening. But could you imagine if there was the feeling of hearing us talk about that?
There could be somebody just laying there too lazy to turn us off.
That's right.
And so they're still listening just because...
That's right.
They haven't been able to make it over to something. Like,
so, it's like that.
Probably even just rolling over to their phone.
Yeah.
To push next. Like, they haven't even bothered to roll over yet.
Like, it's like the Zen riddle. It's like, if a tree falls in the wood and no one around to hear it, does it make a sound? It's like...
Are we making a sound?
Right. Like, are we even making a sound right now? If no one is here to hear it? Don't know.
Of course not. We're like stealth.
Right. This is like the Schrodinger's podcast now.
Yeah. I wish we could see. I wish we could be like, we have one listener.
Look into the future. And be like, and then we could be like, let's imagine there's one listener. Who is that listener, Betty?
Our favorite fan. Our biggest fan.
Maybe our only fan.
Our only fan. Which
could just be one.
We need a fan club.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the president of our fan club.
Yes, but who is the person?
I don't know. They'll have to write into us.
No, like if we already know this person,
Ooh.
who would it be?
Ooh.
If we already know.
Oh.
Like it's Cynthia.
Curtis.
Or
Curtis might
Curtis?
be the only one that might make it this far just because he's my fan.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Although he would have put us up at like triple speed. Like, hurry that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I listened. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Or of course, or maybe nobody gets it and it just gets buried in the earth, and then like 100 trillion years, some like sentient energy cloud moves by and uploads all the data from Earth,
and
they
so
are
sense.
the one being that is listening to this right now, going, "I'm etching this into the fabric of time-space to be remembered always."
Joseph Smith, for sure.
Joseph Smith. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the sentient energy cloud guy. Just like, I'm fucking God, man. I'm rolling off to
I'm gonna write this down
my planet
on
Caleb or whatever.
Golden plates.
Yeah, golden plates.
Yeah.
How fucking crazy would it be if Joseph Smith was his own God?
He probably is.
Yeah, and just
because
like
Mormons think he's gonna be the judger. So
cool.
He's got to.
He's also God. Wow, who would have thought that the creator of a religion also was the God of the religion?
Judger. Yeah.
That's so shocking.
Shocking news. That's something you learned recently.
Yeah, we're long. We just finished the.
Can I have a chip?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We just finished the candy part of the show.
I know. And
we're long past.
And I'm back to this.
Yeah, we're long past the recommendation.
I told you. I'll hit on things slow.
Right. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the one listener, and if we know the person already, who would it be? And you were like,
Joseph Smith.
Oh, I was gonna say Curtis, but you're right. Joseph Smith. Okay, there you go. Joseph Smith. This is all a test for Joseph Smith. He's got such a pussy ass boring name.
And Joseph. Now he's like, you don't like my name?
Smith.
I will smite thee.
He says that?
Yeah, because he's listening to us in the future.
Yeah, but we're like long dead. This is like him leaving the outer dark. Well, leaving us to the outer dark.
But we'll be somewhere, and he could hunt us down.
It's true, but he's like moving on because he's Joseph Smith.
Yeah, true.
The God. And we're just like, oh, we didn't believe.
We have a boring name, Joseph Smith.
Yeah, that's right. You have a boring name. He does though, right? Do Mormons talk about that? Like how boring his name is?
No, because the Smith name is just so, high.
It's like a bajillion Smiths, though. It's hilarious.
I know. But no, I don't think I've ever heard somebody say his name was boring.
But it is, though.
It is.
Fucking boring name. If my name was Joe Smith, holy fuck would I change it to like anything else.
That sounds fake.
Yeah, Joe Smith.
Joe Smith.
Yeah, right, yeah. Might as well be like man guy.
So tell me, how do you feel about Betty White dying?
I feel like it was a shame she didn't make 100. But also kind of just like, well, Richard's pretty used to disappointment at this point. So like,
one more thing.
Yeah.
That's
but I don't blame her though. I mean,
You don't blame her for dying?
99. Yeah.
I just think it's sad she didn't get to bring in the new year.
Yeah.
If she could see into the future, maybe she's like, 2022 is so bad, I don't want to be there. I've been here 100 years.
Yeah.
And what's to come, I don't want to.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out. I ring out.
Yeah. How did she die?
Not COVID is all they said. Yeah. So you hear about those people who think if you drink pee, they'll save you from COVID. Isn't that just so
I
like
didn't hear that.
regular?
When did that come out?
Yeah, it's been like a couple of days now.
That's so stupid.
Well, the whole thing is so stupid. Ugh.
So our listeners just listen to me eat chips.
Yeah, just like this is the part of the show where
we forgot we were recording.
We just like stare off into space for a second and Betty eats chips. We gotta have that like salty part too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. All right.
You can tell him hi, or that would have embarrassed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So.
I wish I could think of like something really funny so that would be obvious listeners are listening because we're so funny to listen to.
Right. We're getting to the part, this is like the slow part of the show.
Yeah,
where like we think it's cool, but everyone's like, oh, God, Jesus Christ.
I was trying to roll
Joseph Smith is like,
off.
no wonder I'm kicking these assholes out. The heavenly garden into the outer dark.
They're so boring.
Dude, religion is so funny, isn't it? Just like, look, the worst thing in the world would be to not do what I say, okay?
I have a joke for
like
you.
You will die forever if you don't just do it. The only thing that will save you is doing whatever I say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, cool.
Yep.
I'm signing up for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sign me up. You want to hear my joke?
Uh-huh.
So there's an engineer and he dies. And he goes to hell. And he gets down there and he's like, it's hot down here. I'm going to fix that. So he engineers this thing to cool off hell. And he gets it where it's like this nice temperature. And he's like, yes. And then he's like, I'm thirsty. I need a drink. So he engineers a thing to get water whenever he wants it. I was like, oh man, that's great. You know, hell's not so bad now. It's like a nice temperature. You can have water. And the devil's like, yeah, it's not so bad. I kind of like this. God comes down to see how things are going. And Lucifer's like, yeah, it's great. We have an engineer down here and he's got the temperature regulated and everybody's got water. Like, we're doing pretty good. God says, oh, that must have been a mistake. He was supposed to go to heaven. I'm going to take him with me. And Lucifer starts laughing. He's like, and how do you think you're going to win? There's no lawyers in heaven. Oh, I forgot a part.
Obviously.
So
you should have said something about court.
You have to go to court.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, hold on. I forgot book 2 of this joke. You know?
Yeah.
Like we just went through the fellowship of the joke.
Yeah.
Now it's the 2 jokes. Okay, go.
So he's like, I'm not gonna let you have him. And so God's like, okay, well, we'll take us to court. And
This would be like if I told a story. Here's Jack and the Beanstalk. So once upon a time, this boy bought some beans, and then he chopped down the beanstalk at the end. Like, I think you missed some things that happened in the middle there.
Something like something. I don't remember now. Anyways, it's funny.
What was funny?
What's funny is an engineer goes to heaven and
right.
lawyers.
Yes, okay,
hell.
so book 2, the courtroom, go.
The courtroom. So there's God's threatening to take him to court. Like, I'll win. I'm going to take you to court. He belongs in heaven.
Right.
Like, you can't stop me from getting him there because obviously it was a mistake.
Right.
And when they see that, and Lucifer's laughing because he's like, you're never going to be able to prove that. There's no lawyers in heaven.
Right.
So he's like, I got so many lawyers on my side. They'll make even the good look bad.
I got it. Okay, so there's no lawyers in heaven.
Yeah. So ha ha ha. Like, I'm keeping him. because you're never gonna win because
Is
I have
that
all
the
the
joke?
lawyers.
Is that the end of the joke?
Yes, that's the end.
Oh.
Like he's gonna keep them and hell's gonna be okay. And
well, let's keep the joke going. So later they're in court.
Then what?
Well, obviously, because there's no lawyer, something bad happens to heaven. What would that be?
Maybe there is a lawyer in heaven.
No, but he just said there's not.
Yeah, but maybe there was a mistake. Like maybe the lawyer went to heaven and the engineer went to hell when it should have been the other way around.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're in court, and this is surprising because heaven
does
have a
lawyer.
Step forward. Right, and then all of a sudden, hell loses this really important case.
Yeah, because it was like the worst of all lawyers.
Right.
And they're like, heaven.
And then it turns out that sucks for hell because that's what hell is all about. Having sucky things happen to you, and they're like, fuck.
It happened again.
It
really is hell.
When we go back down to hell, and it turns out there was never an engineer, and it is hot, and there is no water. The end.
The end. That would be that's a terrible joke.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
It sounds like a joke written by an engineer.
Oh yeah, Curtis told it to me. Maybe that's why it was so funny.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, he didn't forget half of it.
No, I'm sure he would got it. You just were like, oh yes, I forgot. The thing that made it funny. I thought if I just said the punchline, it would be funny. I didn't realize you had to set it up.
Apparently,
here's another joke. Ready? That's why we all went to Albuquerque.
I'm going along. I've got the story all perfect until the end, then I just deliver the punchline. As I'm delivering the punchline, I'm like, wait, I think I left a big chunk out. I can't remember it, so I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or it would be someone that I just totally wouldn't remember. Like maybe it's like Dustin who's listening.
Oh my gosh, could be.
It could just be someone totally out of left field like that. Just like Dustin, he's like walking down these empty pipe corridors of like at work. He's got his headphones on, like not another soul for like 12 miles in front of him or behind him.
He's like, I know these people.
He's like, oh yes, they're talking about whatever we were talking about.
Yeah, we've talked about so much and probably nothing all at once.
Right. It's funny how like the review is now turning out to be the shortest part of this podcast.
Yeah. That's what we're all supposed to be about, reviewing G.I. Jane.
Yep. We did a good job.
Yeah, what'd you think of the show?
Of G.I. Jane? You mean of the show that we did of G.I. Jane or G.I. Jane the movie?
The movie.
The movie. I thought it was everything I thought it was going to be when I was 17.
Yeah.
That it should, but for all different silly reasons. Like the same reasons, but coming from the opposite side.
Yeah.
Like, this movie should not have been made. Was the conclusion. And now it's because I'm woke. But back then it was because I was a misogynist.
Yeah. You totally fit into that.
But same conclusion, two totally opposite sides.
Yeah.
This movie should not have been made.
Yeah.
So this movie is inappropriate in whatever era you show it in, but for different reasons.
True. Brie loved the movie, clearly.
Oh yes, very snoring girl.
So cute. How old is she?
She will be 2 years in February.
Oh, she's not very old. How old was she when you got her?
Oh wait, no, 1 year. 1 year. She'll be a year.
That's it? You only got her last winter?
Last winter. No, 2 winters. So yeah, she's 2. She'd be 2. Oh my goodness, you're 2 years old. Yeah, because I got her in 2020, the beginning of the pandemic. And it turned out really great.
When you took her over to Mike and Tobias and she was new to you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Last
summer.
I thought
you had her a while.
No.
Because that's about when I met you, right? 2020?
Yeah, 2 years ago, yeah. Was it 2020? Yeah, that's when we it was like that summer of 2020.
Mm-hmm. Like we didn't really talk much, but I think that's when the first event I went to, and you were there.
Yeah. I feel like we met at a do thing though, like
a do
Mother's Day hike or something like that, or maybe not. But yeah,
I thought it was Tobias garden salad.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
That she did a couple summers ago.
Yeah.
I was like, everybody bring your favorite.
It's hard for me to remember the difference between summer 2021 and summer 2020.
Oh.
It's like.
Yeah, but it wasn't last summer. I know that. Last summer I lost my knees.
Yeah, last summer we just didn't do much.
No.
We went to the 4th of July party. Actually, this last summer was pretty good because COVID was kind of defeated. I mean, you look at that, we get so low. Mm-hmm. It's like 1 case out of 100,000 people. It's like, yay,
Mm-hmm.
And but then it's just like Delta, until it goes crazy. It's like fucking hell.
Yeah. We've been trying to take the kids on a cruise.
Oh, dude, don't go on cruises.
No.
Those are fucking nightmares right now.
We had a cruise plan. We were booked. And then we were going to go spring break. It's been 2 years ago in March. And then we couldn't go because of COVID shut it all down. And we haven't been able to get them on one, obviously, since.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember that happened.
And so we still have the money to take them on a cruise. Or something equivalent. But what vacation do you take that's stateside that's equivalent? Because, we could take them to a resort or
something. There's a lot of fantastic things to do.
But I can't take them out of the country because I don't have passports.
Yeah, but, there's a lot. You could go visit, Yosemite. You could go... there's a lot of, incredible, things to do that is not people oriented. It's a lot of natural parks.
I know, but we've done a lot of that. That wouldn't be new. We wanted to take them on something that you don't do every day.
We could I don't know, road trip with them or
yeah. We're trying to figure out what to do.
Well, okay. If COVID was not an issue, what would you do?
Go on a cruise.
You go on a cruise. Okay, so there you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't know what the equivalent of that would be.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing would be to go to a Mexican resort or something.
Right. Okay. There you go.
We can't
Cancun or
do that because we can't get them out of the country.
What about you don't want to go to Hawaii? I mean,
Hawaii
is it's so jammed right now.
And they're COVID.
Everyone's going down there.
Yeah, because it's like the cruise without going on a cruise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's having this exact conversation.
Mm-hmm. We thought about Florida and stuff, but it's it would cost the same amount, fly to Mexico and go to a resort, as it takes just to fly to Florida with no hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have the money to do that big of a trip.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to figure it out for 2 years now. What would be the equivalent? So if you think of something.
Or Disney World.
Yeah.
But that's really jam of people.
Yeah. Yeah, the reviews you hear anymore is it's not even worth going because the lines are so terrible.
Right. Are they into like sports? Do you like take them to like a Seattle football game or I'm just trying to think of like what's really touristy.
Well, I was thinking, we've always gone to the coast at spring break time when it's still cold. I was thinking maybe we should rent a house on the coast in the summer when it's actually like hot.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
And maybe do that. It's not the same, but it's something we can do in the meantime and still hang on to funds to be able to go eventually. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to take. It's hard to take them because you have to it has to be driving distance.
Right.
Because flights are so much. And then we've done so many things right within driving distance that it's not
adventurous anymore.
Well, it's not that it's not of interest. It's just not the same level as what we're trying. We're trying to get them on a cruise, which is amazing. And so if we can't do that, what would also be amazing? And there's just really nothing within driving distance.
Yeah, I think like, maybe just like renting someplace somewhere, like, you like get a house of like get a house on like the Atlantic, like instead of renting a place on like just like rent an Airbnb and like Virginia Beach, like just be like, well, we're going to the beach, but it's like way over the fucking there. We're gonna like do east side touristy stuff.
Oh, but how long it would take to drive there?
Oh yeah.
Because we thought about that. We thought about you could go to Savannah, Georgia, or Florida, or all kinds of really cool places. But we don't have time to really drive to that because the drive time would basically take up all the time.
Right.
And flights are they were like $500 to $700 a person. So we were like, okay, that's a lot of money. But that would be cool.
Yeah.
So Zachary kind of wants to just wait until we get the bus finished and then just take this kick-ass road trip on the bus. Go up through the redwoods and along the coast and all around. So that might be what we do because I don't think cruise line's opening up anytime soon.
And it's just always like they require vaccinations and testing beforehand, and then it's always the same story. It's like, oh, somebody had it.
Right.
Now there's like everyone's confined to quarters.
Yeah.
And they gotta wait offshore for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, god damn it. Like this like doesn't seem worth it. That like suddenly you're off work in there 2 weeks. Like,
which is a shame because they have 7 nights cruises, all inclusive, for $400 and some right now.
Yeah. Okay, so we also recommend taking a cruise.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, that's an hour and a half. I think we win.
Wow.
Well, that was okay.
The most boring.
Boring?
Podcast to listen to.
All right. Okay. So that was our show. Hooray.
Oh my gosh, you still haven't closed it off?
I'm trying right now.
Oh man.
All right.
It's just our own show.
No, nobody heard that. Nobody's here.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, guys. Next time we'll watch a different movie. Bye-bye.